I keep thinking about my own death and my family's death and the different like scenarios of who would die. Like if I died and left my family, if my wife died and left us, if like, my wife and kids died and left me, like just thinking these different things. And I've always thought of my own death, but I feel like I'm thinking it more recently. And I keep getting like upset about it. Like I keep like busting into tears like when I'm thinking, when I'm going through my head of what if my wife and kids died in like a tragic car crash or something. And my wife's going to hate this because she believes in like jinxing. So like if I say it, like I'm going to jinx it and it's going to happen. But I don't really believe that. I just believe that if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And no matter if you talk about it or not. Now there is something to be said about manifesting, but I just don't believe in like jinxing something. But the reason I was saying that is because like it's funny how your brain gets tricked. Like just by thinking this imaginary thing that's never happened, and well, not that it never will, it's going to happen eventually, but hopefully when we're all old folk. But it's funny how you trick your brain. Like your brain just gets tricked into thinking that's happened. Because when I was thinking about it, I like started crying, and I could like kind of felt like it had happened. And my mate Noam told me this ages ago that your brain doesn't really know if you're if you're actually going through something or you're just thinking it and imagining it in your head. I've probably butchered that, but like it means the same thing. But like your brain doesn't know that, so when you think about these things, your brain thinks it's happening. That's why you get emotional and you can get upset and start crying, and it happens with everything, I mean? Like every human knows that. You could just think about something and you get pissed off or you get annoyed or angry, or you can think about like a memory and get, or even think of an imaginary thing and get happy and ecstatic and get all these emotions. And since my mates told me, I've like dug into it more, and there is a few folk that say that it helps, like, so thinking about your own death and the death of loved ones and that actually can help when the time actually comes. So it can help when it actually happens. By you thinking about it, you're kind of tricking your brain into thinking that it's happening. So your brain's already felt those emotions time and time again. So it's kind of like doing reps in the gym, that when the time comes to, when it actually happens, then it's obviously still going to be very difficult to deal with, but a part of you's already mourned that, like, I think you'll have a better chance of dealing with it. Like, you'll have a better chance of getting through it than if you don't think about your own death or the death of your like family or that, if that makes sense. Which is a weird thing to think about, but like I don't want there to be a time where something does tragically happen, and or even to anybody, and then I just can't cope with it. I can't get through it. So I feel like this could be a way of like being able to get through a hard time like that. But I don't know. I've been thinking about it more and more, which is kind of strange. I guess you do just think about it more and more when you have weans, because you realise how important your role is in life. Like, you need to raise the kids. I mean, you need to be there for them. Like, especially the first, like, I mean, 15 years especially, but even to the like 20s, like, I still rely on my mum and that to do stuff for me. Like, you just need your parents. And I guess I've been thinking about it a lot because I just don't want to. Like, I'm just afraid, I guess, of something happening to me or my family, but especially to like myself, just because I never used to care. Like, I never used to care if I died, which could be just naivety, but like growing up, I used to do hundreds of mad shit. I'd be driving my motorbike like nearly 180 mile an hour, just doing mad shit where it's like not even caring if. Just remember thinking if I die, then then I'm dead. That's it. I don't really care. I'd rather just live in the moment and do whatever I want to do. But it's so different now. It's like I couldn't imagine going 180 mile an hour on a motorbike. No. Like, I would just think that, that's so silly. Because I'd be like, oh, for a bit of an adrenaline boost, or for a buzz, like, you want to risk your life and risk your kids not growing up and without a dad and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's weird, man. Being a parent's weird. You just don't know what to expect until you're going through it. And I was talking to my wife about this. I was relating it to mushrooms, because my wife's never took mushrooms, and she's always kind of says like, oh, I don't feel like I need them, or I don't can. I guess she doesn't feel like she would need to have that kind of sort of trip. And it's like, anybody that's took them knows that it's so hard to explain to somebody what it's like, because it's like, it's a whole other way of like thinking. Can you almost take them and then you're like, oh, I didn't know like this place existed. Like, I didn't know that humans could think like this and experience life like this. And then when we had kids, I was explaining to her, like, because she was saying she doesn't really want to take them, and I was saying to her, like, you just don't, like, you need to like, it's hard to describe. You need to experience it. Like, mushrooms are one of the things you need to experience to understand what it is. Because you just can't like tell somebody what it is. I mean, you just won't understand it. And it's the same way like being a parent. Like, you just can't. You think you've got an idea of what it's like. And it's the same with mushrooms. Like, you think like, oh, I'm gonna see stuff. I'm gonna like, I'm just gonna feel it my nut, kinda. But it's no. It's just like, it's just so different. And so is being a parent. It's just like, you just need to experience it to know what it's like. And I hope everybody does. Like, I hope everybody that's got like a loving heart and like wants to raise kids, like has kids. I know some folk can't, which is a shame, but like, if you can experience it, you should experience it, because it's just fucking, It's just a crazy life. It's just nuts. Aye, right. Fuck. I mean, I hope none of us die. I hope we all die when we're over 100 years old. See you tomorrow.